Have you ever wondered how a land inhabited by ancient tribes turned into a thriving nation known as Australia? Delve into the early history of Australia, a captivating tale that begins over 60,000 years ago. This vast continent was once home to a myriad of indigenous tribes, each with their unique culture and traditions. From the Dreamtime stories that wove together the fabric of the natural world, to the intricate art forms and complex social structures, these ancient tribes lived in harmony with the land, sea, and sky. Yet, the winds of change were set to blow from across the seas. Around 250 years ago, a new chapter in Australia's history began with the arrival of Europeans. The British, in search of new lands to colonize, set their sights on this sunburnt country. The arrival of the first fleet in 1788 marked the establishment of a British penal colony. It was the beginning of a period of immense transformation as this ancient land grappled with the collision of vastly different worlds. Through trials and tribulations, the colony grew, and new settlements sprouted along the eastern coast, but the journey to nationhood was not without its struggles. As the 19th century rolled in, the colonies wrestled with issues of self-governance, economic growth, and the growing aspirations of its people. The gold rushes of the mid-century brought waves of immigrants, further diversifying the population and fueling economic prosperity. Finally, in the dawn of the 20th century, the disparate colonies united to form the Commonwealth of Australia. A federation was born, a new nation on the global stage. Over the course of the next century, Australia would grow and evolve, its identity shaped by world wars, waves of immigration, and the ongoing journey towards reconciliation with its indigenous peoples. And so, here we stand today, looking back at a history that spans tens of thousands of years. From a land of ancient tribes to a thriving federation, Australia's history is a fascinating journey of discovery and transformation. Australia is not just about kangaroos and the Sydney Opera House. It is a land of diversity, both in its land and people. Our journey begins in the vibrant coral gardens of the Great Barrier Reef, the world's largest coral reef system, teeming with a variety of marine life. Stretching over 2,000 miles, this underwater paradise is a testament to Australia's rich biodiversity. Venture inland, and you'll find yourself in the vast, arid plains of the outback. This rugged, sun-baked landscape is home to unique wildlife and iconic landmarks like the Ayers Rock. It's a stark contrast to the lush, tropical rainforests in the northeast, where ancient trees tower high and rare creatures lurk in the undergrowth. But Australia's diversity is not confined to its geography. It is mirrored in its people and culture. Australian society is a melting pot of cultures, a rich tapestry woven from countless threads of different origins. This multiculturalism is a product of extensive immigration, which has shaped and enriched Australian society. The influence of immigrants can be seen, or rather tasted, in Australian cuisine. From the traditional bush tucker of the indigenous people to the fusion dishes inspired by Asian and European cuisines, Australia's food scene is as diverse as its population. Language, too, reflects this diversity. While English is the official language, you'll hear a symphony of different tongues spoken in Australia. Italian, Greek, Cantonese, Arabic, Vietnamese, these are just a few of the languages that add to the linguistic mosaic of Australia. Australia's diversity extends to its arts and culture scene as well. Indigenous art forms such as dot painting and didgeridoo music coexist alongside modern Australian cinema, literature and theatre, creating a vibrant and diverse cultural landscape. Australia's diversity is its strength, making it a truly unique and fascinating destination. From its varied landscapes and ecosystems to its multicultural society and rich cultural heritage, Australia truly is a land of diversity, inviting us to explore and discover its many facets. What makes Australia tick today? What are the symbols that represent this vibrant nation? As we dive into the heart of Australia's current affairs, we find a nation robustly navigating the complexities of a global economy. Australia's economy, richly endowed with natural resources, is resilient and diverse. The mining sector continues to be a significant player, but industries such as technology, education, and tourism are also making waves. The country's political landscape is just as dynamic, with environmental policies, indigenous rights, and immigration being key topics of discussion. In the social sphere, Australia is a melting pot of cultures, with a strong emphasis on multiculturalism. This diversity is reflected in the country's food, arts, and daily life. However, social issues persist, including the need for reconciliation with the indigenous Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples, and addressing climate change, a matter of particular significance given Australia's unique biodiversity. Turning to Australia's national symbols, the kangaroo and emu are perhaps the most recognisable. Chosen for their inability to move backward, they symbolise a nation always moving forward. They proudly feature on the Australian coat of arms, a testament to their importance to the national identity. The Southern Cross constellation, visible from all of Australia, is another significant national symbol. It graces the Australian flag, guiding the nation like a celestial compass. Australia's national colours, green and gold, represent the country's rich landscapes, and golden wattle, its national flower. The didgeridoo and boomerang, integral to Aboriginal culture, are also symbols of Australia. They tell a story of the country's deep-rooted history and the enduring influence of its Indigenous people. Australia's national anthem, Advance Australia Fair, encapsulates the country's spirit with its lyrics. It speaks of a young and free nation, abundant in gifts and radiant in wealth. In essence, Australia today is a progressive nation, proudly represented by its unique symbols and continuously evolving through its current affairs. As we journey through this fascinating land, we discover a country that is as diverse and dynamic as the symbols that represent it. So, what makes Australia truly Australia? It is the rich tapestry of history that has shaped this nation, from the indigenous cultures that have thrived here for tens of thousands of years, to the waves of immigrants who have contributed their own threads to the weave. It's the sheer diversity of landscapes, from the red heart of the outback to the vibrant cities, from the ancient rainforests to the sun-kissed beaches. It's the current affairs that echo the voices of its people, and the national symbols that reflect their pride and identity. And let's not forget the famous faces and places that add colour and character to this vibrant nation. It's all these elements, and so much more, that create the unique Australian experience. Australia is not just a country, it's an experience. A journey through time, a celebration of diversity, a glimpse into the present and a vision of the future. This is Australia, the land down under.